Sports. Let's actually get this episode started. Episode number 7. Starting now, I guess. Let's do it.
Hooray! Yay. Okay, I included this. I know it's technically college.
Steve Belicky.
That's Steve Belichick, buddy. You auto-corrected it.
Okay, that makes sense. Belichick.
Yeah.
It looks like Belicky because of autocorrect, but okay.
Yeah. Steve Belichick, the son of Bill Belichick, going to
Former-
Washington Huskies to be DC.
Yeah, former Patriot staff member.
I think he was it's an analyst, technically. It's either he's a coordinator or analyst.
He was a part of the Patriot staff, so I guess he's getting his shot now to actually be, out there away from his dad's shadow. That's fun.
Yeah.
But that means, depending on wherever he was at in the Patriots organization, it means that now they have a hole to fill.
Yeah.
So,
Which shouldn't be too hard to fill.
shouldn't be.
You have no energy today.
Dude, I have been out of it. It's been a long day. It's been a long 3 days, and I've got a 5-page paper to write after we get done here, so.
I have no homework tonight, so I'm excited.
I have 5-page paper, and I have to edit this, so I'll have a good old time tonight.
I have Creighton basketball to watch. We all have our complaints about today.
You have Creighton basketball to watch. I watched my Sooners beat BYU last night.
Well, Josiah, the big one was this weekend.
Yeah.
Who winning the Super Bowl?
I don't think there's anybody that can beat the Niners. And that's coming from somebody who had to watch the Niners a lot. Because after the Chase Young trade, I was like, I gotta follow Chase Young the rest of the season. But
Wake up! You're killing it. Normally, I'm the one that has no energy. I have energy today.
I've been drinking sweet tea and watching movies while my roommate's been taking a nap, so. But I don't see anybody that can beat the Niners just because of the talent that is stacked on that team. It's hard to do that.
I was told from a reliable source who told me to remain, he wants to remain nameless, that he thinks, and I agreed with him, the Niners didn't look the best against the Lions for a while. The Chiefs looked really good in their game. But as a Chiefs fan, I can't see Taylor Swift winning.
And here's the other thing.
I can't do it.
The Chiefs may have looked good, but it was also a very playoff inexperienced Ravens team. And you're talking about it was not a great showing by Lamar. Lamar was taking a lot of chances that he typically wouldn't. He was trying to do a lot of things he shouldn't have. And you can point out that they played good, but go back to the Ravens 49ers game. The Niners destroyed the Ravens too. So if you're looking at it like that, common opponent, they did the same thing to the Ravens. Both of them did.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the Lions were the Lions were a really, really good team who were playing together, and they lost the game because Dan Campbell went for it. And I saw a stat that technically they had a better shot of going if they had went for it than if they had kicked, because they had converted more 4th and less than 3 scenarios in the season than their kicker had made kicks from past 48 yards. So it was an educated risk. It was something they took the numbers into consideration a little bit. So I think that the Lions would have put up a really good fight against the Chiefs too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if you want to talk about past opponents, you would have to compare the way the 49ers played versus the Ravens to how the Chiefs played against the Ravens. And they were pretty even par. And I think that the Ravens' defense is better than anything the Chiefs have had to play. Hold on. What am I saying? English is not working. The 49ers' defense is better. That's where it was. I have Ravens in my mind. 49ers' defense, especially the pass rush of the 49ers. Chase Young has had a heck of a second half of the season. Nick Bosa is Nick Bosa. Like, it's going to be hard for the offensive line that the Chiefs have to protect Mahomes because they struggled a little bit against the Ravens, and the Ravens' pass rush is nowhere near the level that the 49ers is.
Yeah, I think the 49ers will do it. I feel like if there's a team to take down the Chiefs, it's them right now.
Yeah.
Which I think we've said that with a lot of teams, but
I really didn't think there was going to be anybody to stop. I thought the Ravens may be able to put up more of a fight, but I never really thought that they would be able to be the team to beat the Chiefs. Because just with the inexperience that those guys have in the playoffs, they're still such a young team. And it doesn't help that they couldn't keep a running back healthy all season. Like, you have to have your starters from week 1 be healthy in would be week 23 or week 20, week 21, 22, somewhere in there. Just 20. Math is not working, but week 17 would be there. You got wild card divisional conference, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl. So yeah, this would be you need them healthy week 21, 22, 23. That's where you really need your starters healthy. And with the Ravens, they just didn't have that in the running back room and have to constantly cycle through running backs. It's impossible to win when you can't keep everybody healthy.
Yeah. Speaking of what the heck, man?
Kind of forgot I was watching a movie on my laptop upstairs.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, there have been some little complaints about the practice surfaces. For those who don't know, every year it's split into the home side kind of gets the NFL level facility, and the away side gets the local college or whatever they have. And the 49ers,
which is strange to me because the Niners should be the higher seed, and yet they are stuck at the University of Las Vegas's practice field, where the Chiefs got the bias of getting the Raiders' practice facilities.
Because AFC's is the hosted team this year.
I think it should go based on records. The better team should get the better facilities, because then that also puts more on the regular season.
They could also do what baseball did for a while, where with the All-Star game, whoever won that got home field advantage for the first game. Make the Pro Bowl relevant again.
Yeah, the Pro Flag Football Bowl. It's not unless it becomes a real game, they can't really do that.
Exactly. So there have been little complaints. It's just it was like a hard consistency, just something they didn't really like.
Because it's it's probably because it's turf. Because UNLV would use turf more than likely for their practice surfaces. A lot of colleges do because it's easier to maintain over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got guys practicing on it every single day. It's easier for a college to maintain turf.
Mm-hmm. The next little bit, Nebraska running back legend Rex Burkhead has announced his retirement. Someone complained that I shouldn't have put this on here, but
I'll let you talk about that because you're the Huskers fan.
Yeah.
Considering apparently Huskers fans believe that Rex Burkhead is a legend.
Something's going to get thrown at this kid here in 20 minutes.
I'm not saying he wasn't. He couldn't. I didn't watch Rex Burkhead in college. I don't know if he was good or not.
He was.
But I compared it to if I said Samaje Perine was a legend. And he has the record for most rushing yards in a single game, and he did it as a freshman. And I wouldn't even consider Samaje Perine a Sooners legend.
You're entitled to your opinion there, Oklahoma boy. Rex Burkhead.
We actually had good players over the last 30 years.
You forget, whose room this is. You know that, right?
I see more Creighton stuff in here than I see Nebraska stuff.
Hey, I got the one flag. Dude, yeah, because I'm
the single flag.
Hey, man. Look. I don't really have that much Husker gear at home either. But Rex Burkhead obviously helped form the Team Jack Foundation that helped out with a lot of childhood cancer and all that. So did a lot of good work. Yeah, you didn't know that part about him, did ya? Gonna make fun of him now?
He was a white running back who got flipped to fullback in the NFL.
Get out of my room.
He couldn't make it as a running back, so he got flipped to a fullback.
What's wrong with fullbacks? Bring back the fullback, darn it.
There are 3 teams that use a fullback on the regular in the NFL.
Should be more. Fullback's an awesome position.
Well, I mean, one of them is in the Super Bowl, and that's the Niners, but that's because they have Kyle Juszczyk. So when you have somebody that good, you get to use them multiple times.
Fullback.
I'll say, though, Rex Burkhead was a great budget option if you wanted to pick up a running back in Madden drafts in, like, round 37 of 42 of a fantasy draft because you were bored and didn't know who else to pick and wanted to be able to taunt on your opponents and say you scored on them with a white running back. I like to do that in my fantasy leagues.
All of a sudden, he's pretty good now. Oh, yeah.
I didn't say he was good. I said it was fun to mess with people by saying I scored on them with a white running back. That wasn't named Christian McCaffrey.
Okay, moving on before we get into a fight. It's going to be fun rooming next year. Dolphins, hired Joe Barry as an assistant.
I recognize the name, but I can't get a face right now.
Eagles? I don't remember. Or Packers. He was with the Packers.
DC. Okay, that makes sense.
I thought I put that on here.
Well, brain wasn't putting a face to a name. The name made sense, but I couldn't recognize the face.
So, yeah. And then the other news was Eric Bieniemy was fired in favor of
Cliff Kingsbury.
I couldn't even finish that, I'll be honest.
As a Commanders fan, I think it pretty much sets in stone what we're going to try to do in the draft. Just if you look at it by the sense of we hire Cliff Kingsbury, who was at USC last year with the quarterbacks, and he spent a ton of time with Caleb Williams, and he did nothing but praise Caleb Williams. And there's been a report recently that I saw today where Caleb Williams was compared to Patrick Mahomes and said that he is by Cliff Kingsbury, and Cliff Kingsbury said it's scary the resemblances they have in their games at this level, and talks about how he said stuff about how he doesn't think there's a better quarterback option other than maybe like Mahomes or something like that. So I think us hiring Cliff Kingsbury kind of says we know who we're going after. We're going to be aggressive in trading for the number 1, and we're going to try to get Caleb Williams.
I think I saw somewhere that it was what's more likely to happen soon. Washington getting the number 1 pick or Matt Nagy winning the Super Bowl.
Well, Nagy ain't ever winning a Super Bowl, and we're going to trade for the number 1 overall pick. So.
Well, he is the quarterback's coach of the Chiefs right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
He still ain't winning. It's 49ers are going to win that game. So, whenever we trade for the pick in a few days, few weeks, whatever, however long it takes our new management to sell off every single item in our reserve to get number 1. As long as it doesn't require us to trade Terry McLaurin, I'm fine with it. I'm okay with giving up like a Jahan Dotson or Antonio Gibson or something like that to get it, but I really just don't want to give up Terry.
Other stuff in NBA, because Mr. I watch movies all day didn't want to do his job.
Well, I've got some things I can mention. The LED court, I know you have it on here, will be kind of a new thing. They'll be implementing the All-Star game. They've kind of teased in bringing some newer technology to games, like when they had the number-changing jerseys of 2021, 2022. Can't remember what range it was. I remember it was back then. They had Adam Silver had the whole press conference where he brought up the number-changing jerseys and all that. They announced the All-Star replacements. I know Trae Young was one of them, which I really hope he doesn't take the NBA up on that because of the sheer fact that I think it was disrespectful that he didn't even get in originally. There's only been one player in NBA history who has averaged 27 and 11, 27 points, 11 assists, and was not named to the All-Star team. Or that's only happened on 2 occurrences to the same player. You know who that player is?
Trae Young.
Trae Young last year and Trae Young this year. He's averaging 27 and 11 this year. He's averaging it last year. Didn't make the All-Star game. But it looks like Trae Young and Scotty Barnes are going to be the replacements for the injured Julius Randle and Joel Embiid. As far as I know, there haven't been any injuries in the West. They're going to keep people out, but that looks like the only two that have really been named. But that's because Embiid had surgery on his knee, and Julius Randle is still out until further notice. So those are kind of the big news. We really don't have anything major until All-Star break. Get to talk about the All-Star game because the NBA actually uses an All-Star game. They don't play horse in the All-Star weekend or dodgeball or anything like that. They actually have a game. Now, it's not like a very competitive game. Teams are pulling from half court and stuff, but it's still technically a game. We didn't downgrade like the NFL did.
NHL news. Yeah, we're branching sports. There's been a lot of talk recently about them expanding. I know the NBA especially too.
Yeah.
But this one has really ramped up. And during their past All-Star week that they just had, some teams that are looking at it is Salt Lake City, Utah, our own Omaha, Nebraska.
Your own Omaha, Nebraska. I'm still Oklahoma at heart.
Right, you know what?
Sooner born and sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead.
Sure. And Cincinnati, Ohio. I was kind of like talking with my family about that, about the Omaha one.
Yeah.
I mean, you could realistically do it. Because they for a while, like, University of Nebraska, Omaha played in CHI.
Yeah.
So you could easily put the rink in. I don't know really how big hockey is up here, though.
I'm sure it's bigger than it is in Oklahoma, and in Tulsa we have a minor hockey team. So.
I mean, we have the Lincoln Stars, Tri-City Storm, and Omaha Lancers for like minor hockey. So I mean, it's somewhat big.
Yeah.
But I don't know how marketing would work.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But
speaking on the sooner born, sooner bred, and when I die, I'll be sooner dead, though. R.I.P. to Toby Keith.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I was going to say we should mention that.
R.I.P. to Toby Keith.
R.I.P.
I don't know if you saw the photo taken in OU's locker room after we beat BYU.
With them holding the cups. And
all of them had the red Solo cups, and they also put a guitar in his seat where he typically bought season tickets.
That one.
Sooner legend. You want to talk about college legends? That's one.
Agree.
Toby Keith, Sooner legend. Rest in peace.
Man, I still hate how I found out about his.
Walking into Lyft at 6 a.m. and being
literally.
told that Toby Keith passed away overnight.
Oh man. Salt Lake City. Out of these three teams,
Salt Lake has got just such a big for different sports. I mean, you see with basketball especially, like they love the Jazz. So
I could see that one being
that would be a big one. And Cincinnati's gonna be Cincinnati. You've got the Reds, the Bengals. I'm trying to think. There's not a bit.
Soccer, MLS.
Yeah, MLS. They love their sports too, especially the Bengals. So I'm sure you put another pro team in there, it wouldn't cause any issues.
And I feel like Nebraska too. You have such a diehard fan base with everything.
They just don't have any professional sports.
The only professional sports we really have is soccer and volleyball now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, we have a minor league baseball team. We have minor league hockey.
Yeah.
But this is like, I guess, if you consider indoor football professional.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting paid to play their sport, so yeah.
So, I mean, we have that, but I think, like, Omaha being from Nebraska, I feel like that'd be super cool to see.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The other thing...
Fun.
What?
That could be cool for the state to have, like, a true, like, top-level professional sports team. Because I know Oklahoma doesn't have a ton, but we love the Thunder.
Yeah.
You take the Thunder out of Oklahoma, and you lose a lot of people that are fans of the team. So I'm assuming it'd turn to be the same way up here.
Probably.
Yeah.
The Edmonton Oilers, they looked to tie the win streak, and they did not do it. They lost last night to the Vegas Golden Knights.
Oh, NHL. Okay. I'm trying to check something. Hold on, because I can't remember if the Bobby Witt contract had any secondary things that were coming along with it.
Well, speaking of Bobby Witt, let's talk about Bobby Witt.
17-year-old draft prospect a few years ago, dude, is now getting an 11-year
275. It was 288.
288?
Yeah.
I think it was 275 base. Was it?
I saw 288.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if I can find, because I know I saw, Altuve signed an extension.
Yeah.
Kershaw returned to the Dodgers. You've got the Orioles traded for Corbin Burns, Cy Young winner out of the Brewers, kind of just bolstering that team, which is a little scary considering we're just letting them get better.
And spring training is right around the corner too.
Yeah.
So
they started releasing the spring training hats, like
I gotta
designs.
say, there's 3 of them I like. I like the Cubs one, I like the Rangers one, and I really like the Diamondbacks.
The Twins one looks like garbage.
Yeah.
But the Altuve contract is 5-year extension, $125 million. He's gonna be getting paid $125 million up until the time he's 39.
That's crazy. That's just a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Last but not least, in pro volleyball, Omaha got their first win of the season in a sweep. They play again tonight at 7:30. That's really it. There wasn't too much going on.
Not a lot going down this week.
I mean, everyone's kind of hitting the all-star breaks, or just kind of a boring set of games and all that.
When does the first game of spring training kick off?
I think it's... I don't know, actually.
Oh, a schedule got released.
Oh,
that was a while ago, though. But let's just see. Thursday, February 22nd. So, we got a little bit, but the Dodgers face off against the Padres. Ooh, that's rough. Padres have to play the Dodgers. That's not going to be a fun one, but okay. They do them. Let's see what hats have been released, because we can talk about those.
I think all of them have been.
I've only seen a few, and I've only seen the bad ones. So,
if you find the Rangers one is their baby blue ones.
Here we go.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's like, if I could buy a hat, that's probably the hat I would buy. What? Is the Rangers one.
I actually have my Rangers World Series hat in my room right now. The Diamondbacks looks dope. The Orioles looks dope.
Orioles, I wish that was
the Cubs looks dope.
I like the Royals one too.
Where are the Royals? Yeah. Well, the Royals one just looks boring. It looks like something to actually wear. Same thing with the White Sox. Same thing with the Braves. Same thing with the
Reds.
Reds.
Reds is literally just their hat.
Their Red Sox one looks exactly like something they would wear. Marlins. Different. Same Miami, different. Like the Marlins, the Angels, the Yankees, the Athletics, the Padres, the Pirates, the Giants, the Cardinals, like the Blue Jays. All look like different hats. All look like hats they would wear in a regular season. These are supposed to be special. Like the Rays hat looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of that logo.
It looks awesome. That's a great logo. Out of these hats, I would buy the Diamondbacks, the Orioles, the Cubs. The Mets is actually dope. I would buy the Athletics just because I like the yellow and green. The Phillies is dope. I would buy that one. I would buy the Cardinals. I would buy the Rays. I would buy the Rangers. And I'd buy the Washingtons.
I would probably get the Cubs, the Rangers, or the D-backs.
I also just don't like the Guardians' new logo.
It's kind of growing on me. I wish it wasn't just a G with the baseball.
It doesn't look good.
I just wish they would work something in. Speaking actually of not Angels, the Athletics. Did you see the mayor of Oakland wrote a letter said
It was the mayor of Vegas that said that they shouldn't come.
Really? Was that the mayor of Vegas?
It was the mayor of Vegas.
I just saw one of the mayors was like, don't leave us or don't come.
Yeah.
Which, that's crazy to me. Like, you talk about diehard fan bases. The Oakland A's are coming out in support.
Let's see how much these hats cost.
Oh, I guarantee you a lot of money.
Oh, they're only $45.
Huh.
Looks like I know where my first paycheck from O'Reilly's is going.
So what are you doing with the paycheck? Buying a hat?
The Detroit Tigers hat looks awesome.
I like that one, too.
The Tigers hat looks awesome. Kind of just grims. Like over the Twins one, I understand you're looking for Minneapolis and St. Paul. Like, I understand that that's what you're going for, but it just doesn't look good.
For reference, because you can't see it, if you want to look up a picture of it, you can. It is two flags, one with an M.
I can try to cut and paste a screenshot of it.
It just doesn't look good. Washington's is just
Washington's doesn't look bad, but it's simplistic.
Yeah.
The Nationals is simplistic, and I like that.
I just like the curly W one.
The Cubs hat looks nice.
Oh, it looks so good. I don't like the colors on the Astros one. The two-tone orange, I just don't really like it.
If you're going to go with orange, especially Astro orange, go with the same shade.
Yeah.
Or don't make it so obvious. Like, if the button was a different shade, then sure. But keep the brim and the actual hat the same shade if they're going to be close.
I would keep it that orange on the...
The Dodgers one is also so boring, but it's simplistic, so I might buy it.
It's okay.
It's okay. The D doesn't look bad, but it also looks like something they would shove one of their minor league teams to wear.
I'm sure they probably have.
Yeah. It's almost like we're just taking minor league hats and calling them spring training hats now.
Isn't there a minor league team in Oklahoma City still?
The Oklahoma City Dodgers?
Yeah.
It goes Tulsa Rangers, or Tulsa Drillers, Oklahoma City Dodgers. God, I had Texas Rangers. Tulsa Drillers, Oklahoma City Dodgers, and then you progress to the LA Dodgers. It used to be Tulsa Drillers, Oklahoma City Dodgers to the Rockies, which doesn't really make sense to go... I mean, it makes sense geographically, but to go from the Dodgers to the Rockies when you're talking AAA to Major League doesn't make sense. So we got moved over to be with the Dodgers. So
I'm trying to figure out.
It's where Cody Bellinger got to start. Was in Tulsa and Oklahoma City. I can't remember if I think I got to see Cody Bellinger before he was in the majors. Because I went to a bunch of Drillers games with my mom's work, because she worked at a church. We did a lot of stuff. But I know where I'm getting... The MLB website will be getting a lot of my money coming up. That's whatever.
Gotta figure out who... Yeah, the Royal... Oh, that's it. Omaha Storm Chasers.
Yeah.
They're the affiliate of the not the Rangers, the
Royals.
Kansas City.
That makes sense geographically.
Mm-hmm.
So... Not a lot going on.
I'm excited for baseball all of a sudden.
I'm ready for it, but that's also because as a Rangers fan, we just won the World Series, so we're going into a World Series defense, which we have never been able to say before. We got real close, and then had our hearts ripped out in the early 2010s. I had to go through a lot of pain to get to this championship. I had to watch Jose Bautista throw a bat 45 feet down third base line in Toronto. And I had to watch us give up a lead against the Cardinals. It's been a rough while as a Rangers fan because we've had success, just not enough success to win it all. And now we had a bunch of success and we won it all. And as much as money as the Dodgers spent this offseason, I still think we can beat them. So, we'll see. Ready for the new season.
I suppose that's where we're ending it then?
I suppose that is the end of episode 7.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry, I was looking at Omaha Storm Chasers jobs.
Thank
you so much for watching. Like always, if you do enjoy what we talk about, even if we are being idiots and arguing with each other over Rex Burkhead.
And his legendary status at the University of Nebraska.
Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I don't know how I feel about saying that. I don't know why. If you do have...
It's going on YouTube, and that sounds like something YouTubers say.
I feel like it is. We still need to make social media, so I can finally stop saying. If you have any suggestions on what we should talk about, leave a comment down below. And we will see you for episode 8. Probably is going to be either really early on Sunday or really delayed. Because you have to work. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to be cooped up. What time do you get off work?
6.
What time does the Super Bowl kick off?
0 clue. After work is how I'm looking at it.
Got it.
Kick off sometime after I get off work.
Got it. So we'll figure that out. The episode hopefully will come out either Sunday night, Sunday afternoon-ish, or
it'll
Monday.
come out Sunday past midnight because I can set it up to auto-upload once it's processed on YouTube.
True.
Like it did last time.
So we'll see. Maybe it might be a Monday episode on accident.
It might come out at like 3 a.m. on Monday like the last one did.
Yeah. So with that being said, we thank you for watching and have a great rest of your day. See ya.
See ya.